I did something that some people feel was unique in that I always came around to every room every morning and said good morning. And that's something that, you know, I really enjoyed doing because it made me in touch with everyone. Everyone knew I was there, I was available. They didn't just hear me over the announcements, they saw me. The day was, the normal day was filled with classroom visitations, many times invitations just to come in and observe kids, many times to come in and read, other times to go in and observe teachers. There were always plenty of things going on within the building to keep me plenty busy. The noon hour, of course, was a busy time. Recess was a busy time. I tried to get out at recess as often as I possibly could. First of all, it was good for me to be with the kids on a more relaxed basis, be able to talk to kids walking on the playground or go out and throw a football.
Well, it certainly was a friendly school. The PTA,
Parent-Teacher Association.
Okay, it was an organization made up of all the parents who, they would have to pay dues to join though. But I mean, it would be all the parents of the students here, and all the teachers belonged to it. And it was, and they would have meetings about, well, we used to, when I first started, it was a meeting every month. And everybody, because I remember my first interview, that I was told that I would be, you know, coming to the, that was a thing that was a requirement of your job. That was one of the specifications, that you will attend the PTA meetings.
PTA did lots of good things for classrooms. They provided money for art supplies.
They would do different things to make money, and then all that money would be used to buy, and they would help this, you know, buy equipment for the school that there just wasn't money for, but they wanted us to have.
The PTA has been instrumental in making this building special. We did not get a lot of extra federal aids from different programs because of the Grewenow community. The neighborhood is a middle-class neighborhood. We did not qualify for any low-end or high-end help. And so it was our parents that got us to the point that we had the equipment and the materials that we needed to keep up with many other buildings. It was through their fundraising that we were able to do that.
One of their goals one year was to make sure that every classroom, well, they didn't do it all in 1 year though. Remember, like, we had one TV set. Then they would, you know, buy an extra TV set so you could have one on each floor, because then at least you could, not in the classrooms upstairs, didn't have to come downstairs then to watch it.
well, the PTA paid for the carpet.
When you look at the equipment that's outside, the playground equipment, the basketball goals, the funnel ball goals, the playground equipment, the climbers, the jungle gym, the tires, the majority of the computers within our building have come from the PTA.
Grewenow PTA was very, very helpful in providing funds for us to add to our collection, to our book collection, as well as to our periodical collection. So it was a very supportive school in terms of the parents and the teachers. It was a very fine professional group of people to work with.
Sure. The one specifically, if you're asking about the Christmas show, what now we call the holiday show, to be politically correct, but it is something that we always look forward to. The music teachers and the classroom teachers, everyone trying to prepare their classes for the gala that it was, and it was a very, very special time.
Oh yes, that was always fun. Working to get your music all ready for that.
And we'd all be down into the gym, and each classroom would perform a song, and then you would, when they were all finished, we'd sing songs together. And I remember we had this little packet of all of the words typed up, and they were all mimeographed and stapled together, and each person, they'd be handed out so the children would have all of the words to the songs to sing them, and then somebody would just tell you what to, you know, which songs you could flip to.
Every classroom would stand up and sing their part of the program, and The kindergarten kids were so cute.
The kindergarten children did sing songs for the program, and this gym would be actually packed with all the parents and the grandparents. But basically, the music teacher would give us the song, and I would teach the song. And if there was the sticks or the bells or whatever it may be, we had it all practiced, and so we were ready for the program.
Then on the way back, and the classrooms would be excused one at a time, and we walked back to our classrooms singing Silent Night.
It ended with Silent Night. We did the whole bit. And I wonder if they're allowed to now. It was lovely.
It was more or less of getting used to being on the stage. And we would just, each person, everybody's, adults included, are usually quite fearful of getting up in front of other people. And it was a nice way to, well, I think everybody kind of had fun doing it. The first time you'd walk up on the stage and then you'd stop and you'd pause and look at your audience, look around, and just say something like, "My name is Susan," and then go and sit down, leave the other side of the stage, and everybody would have a chance. And the next time they might tell their favorite color or their favorite food and do things like that to just get used to being up on the stage.
I had a little boy once whose mother died while he was in, I think it was perhaps 2nd grade. And she was my room mother, and she, when she said yes, she'd like to be the room mother, but she just had a physical, and something was not quite right. But she said, "I think I can do it." And so she was our room mother until she became too ill, and she died while the little boy was in my class. And between the day of her death and the funeral, he was brought to school, and it was checked through the office that they could call the father, and he would come and get his little boy. But he thought for that day or two, the child was better off with a schedule, and so I think he sat in the back, and he didn't cry at all. He just colored. He just spent the whole day, drawing, cutting maybe, and color and drawing, and I had to tell the kids, the other kids, that he was coming in late and why, and I did cry. And then afterwards, a little boy, his friend, came up and said to me, "Do you feel better now?" when I finally quit crying, I guess. Anyway, kids can be very compassionate and very understanding when they're told what it is.
One time he was sitting in front of me in the front desk. He looked up and he, out of a clear blue sky, we weren't talking anything about like this, and he said, "Do you believe in God?" Oh, well, you know, what do you say? So I said, "I certainly do." "Do you believe the Bible?" "Oh, I certainly do, from cover to cover." He sat back and didn't say any more. Pretty soon he came up and he said, "Thank you for telling me." You know, you wonder what goes through their minds. But he was, I don't know what class we were having, but that was his question. It means a lot to sit there or be there with kids all day long and hear what they have to say and ask and not do.